All right, so we are live right now. So Arturo Night, what's good, bro? Pleasure talking to you. Like I said, I found you on TikTok. Really excited to talk about like your music career and about entrepreneurship because it's such a unique balance between the two. You know, usually someone just focuses on one thing compared to like having other projects or side hustles, but you're doing two things at once. So we can tackle both aspects, but just before we tackle the aspects, I kind of want to show or Akilas describe yourself to our audience. Like, what would you
Yeah,
like?
so my name is Arturo Night. I'm a entrepreneur. I'm a musician. I'm also an investor. I do lots of things, but mainly I'm a musician. I mean, that's what I've been doing mostly my whole entire life. I tour, I perform. I've played, big stages, small stages. I toured with the guy from Judas Priest, Tim Ripper Owens. I've played with many big artists. Um, but at the same time, just like they say with every musician, you always have to have a backup. And that's why when I started, I went to college and I tried to learn well, I've been a designer. I'm also a graphic designer, web designer.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to college and I got real tired of it, honestly. And it was very repetitive and competitive. And I wasn't learning anything, but just trying to accomplish what they wanted us to do. So I was like, man, this is cool, but I don't know, it's not for me. So I ended up, honestly, bro, one day I went into school. I was just having a bad day. And it just was the day that pushed it over the edge because I had to take a 15-minute shuttle to get to my course, my class. And I ended up missing that shuttle. So I had to walk over there. And this is a freaking huge campus. I went to Incarnate Word University. And I was just so pissed off. I was sweaty. I was hot, dude. I don't run, dude. I don't walk. I'm not that guy. I don't like to do that stuff. So I finally, get there. I'm like, man, walking up to the class, man, I was like, all right, whatever. I don't even want to go to class. I said, you know what? I'm not going to go to class. So I just went to my car, sat in there, and I said, you know what? I'm going home. Screw this. So I went, and that's the day that I dropped out of college.
Wait, what grade
And
were you when you dropped out?
yeah, that was me dropping out.
No, but wait, but college, like were you a sophomore, freshman, junior?
I was a freshman.
Damn, from the
I
start.
was only in like one semester.
Sheesh.
Yeah, and I have gone through a lot of stuff to get into that college too. But it's just me just leaving ended up being, and I never even called in. I don't know how do you drop out? I don't know. I never called in or anything that said I was leaving. Never sent no emails. I just didn't show up, and that was me dropping out. And ever since then, I started as a designer. I started working at some agencies, and I started, working for some big stuff here in Texas. There's a big thing called Whataburger. I've worked, doing things with companies like that when I was at this agency, and also Bill Miller's Barbecue, another Texas place. And I've worked on their products. I was only like 18 years old, right out of high school, and that kind of got me working at the top level. But then, I was only making $10 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, man, this is cool, man. At that time, I was 18, making $10 an hour. And then I saw that mug design I did, and the other products I did, the owner was making like 10 to 30K on those contracts, and I was able to see that stuff because we were close at the same time too. It's cool. And so, aside from the financials and all that stuff, it just kind of, I was designing it, it just didn't work out. And I just felt, that I was putting my energy and time towards to make someone else rich
Yeah.
and use my talent to make him rich. See, he was a marketer and I was a designer. He didn't know nothing about design. I didn't know nothing about marketing. So I just still worked anyways, and I still learned a little bit from him, and I just ended up, quitting. I was like, whatever, I'm done. I couldn't take it no more. At one time, actually, it turned out that he had, kind of almost messed up the pay. He was like, well, I'll get you in 2 weeks, on my pay. I was like, bro, you only pay me $10 a freaking hour. Come on. And I was like, okay, this is it. Like, I waited those 2 weeks. He still didn't pay me. Then it went on. I didn't pay. So I ended up having to quit. Went to work for more agencies, learned how to design stuff. When I was around 20, I'd said, you know what, I'm just going freelance. And so I was doing websites. I was doing graphic design. I was doing, music this whole entire time. Like, since I was a kid, multitasking, doing both. But the shows were only on weekends. Practices were on, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Studio time was scheduled out. Tours were all scheduled out. But the cool thing was I was able to keep my clients because I worked through a laptop. So I was able to go on tour with my hotspot and just use my laptop and work. And that was how I was, making income while also at work, making income by doing that and also having a good time, out there, playing music. It's basically where I was at when I realized I enjoyed doing everything on my own. I enjoyed never working for no one else after that. I enjoy, not having to ask someone if I could take a few days off to go on tour or, go somewhere. So I really enjoyed that. So ever since then, I never worked for anyone else. I struggled a lot starting off. I
Yeah.
struggled. Boy, did I struggle. Also because, I'm a Capricorn as well. Like I'm very strong-minded. When I was 18, I moved out of my parents' house. Not because they wanted me to, because I wanted to. I wanted to get my own place. I wanted to, grow up fast. That's just how I was. Most entrepreneurs are like that too.
Mm-hmm.
They're straightforward minded, they, um, same thing, very powerful minded.
But before
Uh,
entrepreneurship, did you always like, was it your dream to be like a musician, like a professional musician, make it big, and basically that'll be most of your income, right? Was that like your dream?
yeah, my dream has always been, what I'm doing, playing music, playing my shows, playing with my band, doing stuff. I have lots of stories I could go into about my music career. But I know this is an entrepreneurship blog, so I'm trying to focus more on my entrepreneurship part of it. Music career wise, that also helped me, network easy. I was able to meet lots of, people at the top that were actually entrepreneurs too. Like I have a friend out in Vegas, his name's DJ Ashba, and I helped him with his website. He has a clothing line too, but he's also the guitarist of Guns N' Roses. And see, he also has 6 a.m., with Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue. So even, Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue has his own, radio show. A lot of these musicians are entrepreneurs because we have to make money still.
Yeah, definitely.
When we're not touring, when, there's no sales and, when sales are low or, streams are low, we still have to have an income. And, some of these top artists, especially in the rock genre, they never made a backup income. So you can see a lot of them now starting to make businesses, and they're like really old, like old already towards kind of like, man, you should have started earlier. If you would have started earlier, some of these younger musicians like Nikki Sixx, for instance, he would save, I think it was like, for every dollar he made, he would save like 10 cents or something like that. So he did that with every single dollar he made on every tour. So now he's, older, he has kids, and he's rich. He's has all this money that he saved because, he was smart. And he doesn't have to make all these businesses, to stay afloat. And, say, for instance, his singer, Vince Neil, he has a restaurant in Vegas. He's doing, reality TV shows. He's working for that buck. He's even still touring using the Motley Crue name. So, you could see the difference in some musicians, how, some are entrepreneur minded, business minded, and some people are just musicians. There's always a difference. And even as a musician, we always say you can't be a successful musician unless you are a businessman. You have to be an entrepreneur to also be a successful musician.
For sure.
That's it's just how it works.
Yeah, and not only that, but like even with your band, like yes, you know how to market, it's entrepreneurship, and you learn a lot of skills, and that's something that you can apply with your band. Because instead of hiring someone else to help the marketing for your band, you can do it yourself, and you save money. If you own your own merch for your own band, the guy who's doing it for you potentially doesn't have to make that commission. You get to keep all the commission, so it's a win-win for you because you get to learn, and you get to keep the commissions that would have been going into someone else's pockets.
Yeah, and that's definitely, where every single artist I've worked with, I always bring in my part of marketing, my part of web design, graphic design, whether it's the band photos, the band logo. all the way to the band website, marketing the band, getting labels talked to, getting labels, the materials they need, getting the press out there, so all that is stuff that I do. So I specialize in that stuff. So I don't like to outsource if I know what I'm doing, especially with something that I'm affiliated with. Some stuff I do outsource, but it's because, they're trained by me, they know what they're doing, and it's not something, as precious to me as my band, So it's just, mixing the marketing and the business with the music, that's how it all just works together. I've kind of marketed myself as a musician too. That's why I've been able to work, with so many big artists in the rock and roll field. If we talk about the pop genre, I'm nowhere near that. Country, nowhere near that. But mainly the rock field. That's where I've been my whole entire life. I did actually make a song with Chris Brown and David Banner called, Get Like Me.
How'd that happen? Tell us.
Crazy story. I was 15 years old, right? And you can look it up. It's everywhere. Google. I could send you photos. You could upload it to put it wherever you want. And I was 15 years old, and I was playing at a Houston Street Fair. It's here in Texas, San Antonio. And they don't have it right now, of course, because coronavirus, but it's during Fiesta time here in San Antonio. And this dude with the jacket, he looks, he has all this bling on, his, chain, everything. I was like, man, I think I was 15 years old, keep that in mind. And we're playing, like cover songs, like, typical cover band song. I think it was like Seven Nation Army or something, typical song. And this gentleman walks up, he comes in front of the band, he shows $100 bill, and then he throws it inside of our donation bucket. We're playing for tips at that time. And I was like, no, it's cool. Didn't think anything of it, So after we finished playing, I was like, all right, everything's cool, and we'll get my water, chilling out. Well, my manager comes up and she says, that was David Banner. He really liked you guys. He's a Grammy Award winner. And he said for me to call him because he wants to make a song with you guys. And I was like, whoa. At then, I don't know nothing about hip hop. I didn't know anything about rap. I was like, David Banner, who the heck? Yeah. So it turns out, David Banner's the guy. He has a song like Get Like Me, Chevy with the butterfly doors. Yeah. And, so I was like, okay, this guy's really well known, right? And so he spoke to my manager, and then he flew back to California actually after that show. So he had to fly back to San Antonio to speak with us again. So he flew all the way back. Well, first he talked with our manager on the phone to see if we were even interested. And we were like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go. Well, he said actually he wanted us to write a track of the song to Get Like Me, but in a rock and roll version. So what he was going to do was he was going to mix hip hop and rock. He was going to be one of the first guys to do it. And so it was one of the newer ideas. I don't think anyone's still done it. They still haven't officially,
What about like Run DMC and like the other guy? Damn it. There was like a mixture between like kind of like rock and
Korn did it with Skrillex. Like I saw Korn did it with Skrillex and a little bit of collab, but they haven't actually produced music, like
it's
like
different though.
chart music with real like hip hop music, like David Banner, Chris Brown, those guys haven't touched, the rock and roll. Okay. Some of the newer artists, EDM artists, and then of course, they're doing newer things. But these older guys, and I consider Chris Brown like an older guy, an older hip hop artist. They've never done something like that. It's like Eminem playing with a rock band or Lil Wayne. It doesn't. Dr. J it hasn't happened. So I'm sure it has happened. It's probably at a Super Bowl or something, but not like officially. So he was going to be one of the first guys to do it. And so we had produced a song. He flew down to San Antonio. We ended up talking, and he worked on us with the song. We produced it. It came out really good. He was rapping over it. We were playing the music together. And I was 15 years old. The whole band. I was the oldest of the band. Keep that in mind. I was the oldest. So it was kind of like that SM6 band that's on TikTok. Like it was the same exact thing. Like same type of situation. Like we were just teenagers. And we produced a song, and then he said, okay, well, I have a surprise for you guys. It's talk. And then he says, okay, you guys ready? You hear me? He's like, all right, we're going to perform this song with Chris Brown on the David Letterman show and in New York. And so you guys prepared for that. And we said, whoa, okay, yeah, let's do it. He's like, I'll pay for y'all's flights. The show's gonna be calling you guys to schedule everything, whatever, and then we're good for there. So it was scheduled. We were on the website, everything. We were gonna do a performance with Chris Brown, David Banner, and us playing. There was to be some kids, the rock band, with them rapping to it. Everything was scheduled. We got the emails and everything from the David Letterman show. Our plane tickets, everything was there. It was snowing at that time. It was in March, I think, and we were, ready to go. So basically, it was a day before that we actually had to take off to do the show, right? And we get a call, like literally the day before. It's like the night before, super late call, right? And he said, David Banner, it's David Banner. David Banner says, all right, you guys are gonna be mad at me. This sucks, but unfortunately, everything's been canceled. The David Letterman show canceled our appearance. And they canceled the appearance because that night, Chris Brown had beaten up Rihanna.
Oh.
So David Letterman wanted nothing to do with Chris Brown.
Yeah.
He wanted nothing. He didn't want Chris Brown's name on his show, nothing. So he canceled Chris Brown. But because he canceled Chris Brown, it falls on us too. We were scheduled to perform with them, right? So they canceled the whole entire show. Dude, we were devastated. I was 15 years old. And I was like, man, you know what? This is probably the end of music, because this is something, when, like every entrepreneur, anyone, when you get turned down something like that hard, that you work so hard, you feel like this is it. This is the time. This is the thing that you always dream of. Like, what are you going to do when that one opportunity, is at your door? And that was it. It was like the biggest thing. Grammy Award winners, David Letterman show. Like, I was 15 years old. So, I was bummed, dude. All of us were bummed. But basically I stuck through it and ended up becoming, super successful because of that. And that's because I just threw it and I just said, I don't care about the bad part of my mind thinking of that I'm not going to make it. I'd rather focus on the good part of my mind, saying that, you're still young, you probably can make it. This is just one bump on the road. Sure. Like, if you could do this, imagine what else you could do. So I just stuck through it. I ended up leaving that band actually, but now I'm in a different band actually. The girl that I perform with now, she was actually her name's Jessica Espinosa. She was on X Factor. So that's who I play with now. And so, but I also do other, artists. I do occasional tours, fill-ins, session work. Especially right now, lots of session work because we're stuck at home. Lots of studio work, and then my band's album. If you want to check us out, our name's JESSIKILL. That's the band that I'm in. And
yep,
you can find our
music. Yeah,
you can find out the music on Spotify. Just look it up on YouTube. You see me there. And I do all of our videos too, like super 4K quality.
You do everything.
And, yeah, dude, I do it all. The editing, like, I don't let anyone touch anything. The only one thing I don't do for the band is record the music.
So you do, hold up. So let me get this straight. So you do, obviously you got to market yourself as a musician, right? Do you also like market, like, you got to do your businesses and you also market your band? So that's three things that you have to be in charge of?
Yeah, that's just a little bit of what I'm in charge of. I also have, like, with Shopify, I have like 15 stores. With Amazon, I have like 6. Yeah, so I'm still building, I have lots of partnerships, lots of virtual assistants that I keep up with. My social media, my brand. I have my own clothing line now that I'm starting. I sell a lot of. I have also a beeswax wrap company called Naturally Bee. That's an eco-friendly product I just launched recently. So I have lots of products, lots of things that I do. I multitask a lot, but I still am able to. I'm good at automation. Yeah. I'm good at making things easy to be done to where I could just chill. Like, I have so much, like, for instance, tomorrow I'm going to Vegas for like a week, and every single thing that I have is being taken care of. Every single store, everything, all I'm going to be doing is just gambling and then trying to post on TikTok. I just signed up for TikTok, bro, honestly, like a week ago. And I wasn't too much of a TikTok guy until, it's one of those things where once you start, you just can't stop. So once I started with TikTok, I just couldn't stop scrolling. And I became addicted to it. So I ended up saying, all right, I'm going to make myself an account. but I'm just gonna give people free advice on how to drop ship and do what I do. Or
Mm-hmm.
just on a drop shipping side. I'm not gonna let people know I'm a musician, you know, like I'm not gonna post videos of my band. I'm not gonna you know, post interviews I do. I'm not gonna post, you know, I have some badass videos of me with a shit ton of like with Kevin Hart, like lots of badass stuff, dude. But I don't want to use that on my TikTok because it's not drop shipping. It's I'm trying to use my TikTok specifically for, you know, teaching people how to drop ship, and I don't want to switch it up.
Yeah.
And so honestly, bro, like within a week, like right now I'm like at 15K. So like within a week I've grown like 15,000 followers, and it's still growing. So I'm still, you know, even you contacting me, you know, you found me through TikTok, and it's just crazy how awesome like TikTok is and their algorithm. So I'm still learning it. And then I barely also started advertising on TikTok too. So I started advertising some products on there, and soon I'm gonna start advertising my clothing line on there.
Wait, I gotta ask you a
So
question. Hold up. So you have like obviously a lot of things going on for you. You got you said 15 like businesses. So like I don't know, like you say you do a lot of automation, but there has to be like, is there a point where like things kind of get overwhelming and you probably like, I'm not saying that you should, but like, is there like a thought like maybe I should focus on a couple of businesses instead of 15, or do you have people working like with you on your businesses?
yeah, so I definitely do that. You know, all this stuff that I do wasn't, you know, done in a day or even a week or a month. You know, this is years of work.
Okay.
But one thing, just like you said, I focus on when I'm the most important thing that I do is setting something up. You know, that's like I even tell all my students, you know, the hardest part about doing e-commerce is getting set up. You know, once you're set up, it's easy. And so what I do is, like you said, I focus on whatever I'm working on or building at that time. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
put a lot of my time into it. I just focus on that only. But by then, I already have everything behind me automated. So when I build something new, like say a new store, I'll spend like a week working on it. Like, you know, just making sure it's perfect. I'll make sure the ads are perfect, you know, just whatever, focusing, making sure it's created, you know, super perfect. And once I create it, I get it automated. And then once I get it automated, that's basically me saying, all right, I made everything. I made the machine. Now I want you to run my machine.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I do when I get a VA. And these VAs, you know, I've been on TikTok. I've been getting lots, you know, tons of people commenting like, whoa, you only pay your VAs $3 an hour. And I say, you know what? Yes. And that's completely normal. Because if you go to what I use is a site called Upwork. And virtual assistants, you know, once you get into e-com or anything, you'll learn that that's the norm. Actually more money. Some people do it for $1.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what it is these virtual assistants, you know, they're people like you and me, but from other countries. And they're really talented at what they do. And so what they do is, you know, everyone even also I've been getting comments on TikTok, people saying, well, if your VA is doing the work for you, why doesn't he just do it himself and become rich? Well, these virtual assistants are already banking it, bro. They're making 100K like in a month.
And that's a lot in
And
the country too, right?
yeah, so what they do is they do small jobs, but they have thousands of clients, and
Mm-hmm.
they get people to help them do the work. So if you're hiring one VA, you're actually probably hiring like a whole team of people under him that you don't know about.
Yeah.
And so paying them $3 an hour, you know, that's United States dollar. And you know, if you do like Forex or you're trading currency, that's worth a lot. It's like going to Mexico. If you go to Mexico, like $100 over there is like 1,000. So it's the same thing when paying $3 to someone in like Pakistan or India. Like the value of the dollar is worth more out there. So that's why these, you know, VAs, you know, they say I want to get paid $3. I want to get paid $5. And they do the work, you know, for cheap. And you know, my VA specifically, I give them bonuses whenever sales are going good. I give them, you know, weekly bonuses and sometimes even big bonuses like during holidays. Like I'm really generous to my VAs because, you know, sometimes even like big tips, you know, just random because I'm feeling it. And that's because they're helping me become successful. So that's one thing I also do is the people that help me, I help, you know, I feed them. I keep them motivated, you know, because it is work, but it's not hard work. Or for me, it's not. And that's why it's because I have people doing it for me. So I could motivate. I have time to do that. You know, I have time to focus on stuff that can make my brand better, make me better. rather than just stressing about one store not making sales.
No,
So, you know,
wait, are you like a natural entrepreneur? Because you said like in college you didn't want to work for anyone. You didn't want to make that guy rich. Like was that like an epiphany where like, okay, I don't want to work for someone, I want to do this myself? Or did you always have that tendency like, yo, like I'm actually an entrepreneur. Like I was born like this.
no, I never even, I just barely honestly, bro, called myself an entrepreneur like a month ago. And that's because I was trying to look for a good TikTok bio.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because I'm one of the, I hate, it's not that I hate, I don't like when, you know, these gurus, you know, suit and tie. You know, same thing like back then. I don't like suit and tie things. And, you know, growing up, when I did that, like you said, you know, out of college, you know, doing that job, it's not that I thought I wasn't an entrepreneur. It was that I just didn't even, at then I was okay making $10 an hour. That was amazing for me. Like everything I'm doing now was just a dream back then. Like back then, that was like the best thing I ever had. Like that's the best I could do.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have the mindset I have now. And so me having a $10 an hour job was fine. Like I was completely happy with that. And it paid my bills and extra. At that time, dude, I just wanted to pay bills. That's it. I just want to learn, pay bills. I didn't even, you know, have the mindset also to be better. I didn't think that I could do stuff on my own. And it's because I was doing paycheck to paycheck, but just so I could. That's what I thought was, you know, normal. You know, you get a job, you pay your bills. That's it. You live and chill with your friends and whatever.
So were you couch
So
surfing when you dropped out of school and you moved out of your parents? Like were you couch surfing or what?
no, I did a really crazy thing, and I had actually rented a house, and I got like two roommates, two chicks. It wasn't a good idea. I was, like I said, I was stupid back then, and I was young, so I had a really small mindset, and I got a house, and I rented it, and then I had my roommates paying, and we all just split it, and that's where I was living. It was a okay house. It was really big, but it was a party house. Like it was just parties every day, and it just got out of hand to where it just, I was partying a lot back then, a lot. That was mainly. Sorry about that. You probably hear my dog. She's going crazy.
That's cool.
Um, but yeah, I, I wasn't couch surfing. I had a house, but I was struggling just to make sure that my part of the rent was paid. And if the other, you know, roommates didn't come through with their part, then, you know, I felt devastated. I was like, oh man, now I have to find a way to make money. I was doing like temp jobs sometimes. And, you know, once I had quit doing that, I had even, bro, honestly, I even bartended for a while. I bartended at some club, dude. It was hell. It was like a hip hop club. And I remember being treated like crap, dude. Like everyone, I guess, thought they had money there. I don't know. I knew none of them had money. I was just watching from the bar. I was like, yeah, you definitely don't have money. And just by the way they acted, like with their chain or something, whatever. That's like totally aside from this. But I was bartending them and they would treat me like crap, dude. And I was like trying to just bite my tongue and just giving them their drinks. Like one dude, he was the promoter for the night. And he came up, he was like, give me 20 shots now. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, all right, bro. So I went and I got the Patron and I was like, just doing my job. I was like, man, that guy's an a-hole. So I went to the boss, which was the club owner, and I told him, look, that guy's mean. Whatever. Like he did this, whatever. And the owner, you know, I thought the owner was gonna be like, what the hell? I don't want guys like that in my bar. I didn't go talk to him, dude. This is what the bar owner said. He said, he's the promoter of the event. You serve him whatever the hell he wants. And I was like, ooh, all right. So I just went back there. I swallowed my gun. I was like, all right, whatever. I'm just trying to make money here. And I did. Dude, I left with like $300 a night, 3 to 5 bills a night. Like bartending was cool, but I wasn't leaving till 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. So that's it. It wasn't for me, even though I did stay up late a lot. You know, I perform almost every single weekend. And so I was used to it. But at that time, I had to do that and at the same time, you know, bartend, get home at 5 a.m. and then go, you know, do other stuff, go try to wake up at 8 a.m. and do other stuff. You know, everyone's awake. I was sleeping. I hated it. So that didn't work out for me. I ended up quitting, you know, and it just, once I would get in a hole, I would just take jobs, you know, random jobs, you know, bartending. Even I bartended at different events, like a trade show for farmers. It was weird. I had to stand at a bar and they were giving out free beers, this Alamo beer or whatever. I mean, they were good, but I had to give out beers and just stand there, and all these farmers would come and get free beer, and I'd have to open the bottles for them. I was doing that all day for like chump change, like $8 an hour, dude. And like, no offense to $8 an hour, it's still good if you're, starting, but you always want to make more, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I was still, I was just opening beers, I just hated that, whatever. So when I was struggle, I was just, man, that's what I'll do. I'll try to find side jobs to get my rent, my bills. And I had lots of energy bills because I party there a lot, dude. And these chicks like freaking having the air conditioned, freaking cold, stupid. And I learned my lesson, dude. I was just dumb back then. Don't get roommates that are girls. That's the thing. Like, you can't. It's not a good idea. So always be picky with your roommates. And I even had a guy roommate. He just was a weird dude. So that never worked out either. So just don't get roommates at all, actually. Don't get roommates.
So you grew up fast, right? You grew up fast. You kind of learned your lessons real quick. People like, our age now or even older, like they still haven't experienced what you've been through that struggle. And it's really cool that you got that experience under your belt. Yes, it probably was like a hellhole, but you can look at it in a good way, because now, like, you knew that if you don't hustle as hard as you do now, you can end up like not living the life that you want.
Yeah. And it's not struggle like, no one was there for me. I had no parents. My parents were 100% there for me. My mom wanted me to stay there. And it's just that my mindset, the way it is, I was like, no, I can't. Like, I want to do this on my own. I'm okay struggling. Like, I'm okay working my butt off to make that money. I'm okay doing that, So I didn't mind it, but that was just myself, giving myself my own standards that I needed to be to. And that's just, like I said, I'm a super Capricorn, dude. I'm super goal oriented, I give myself high standards. If I don't meet those standards, like I have to. And it's not like I'm a freak, perfect perfectionist. I'm not at all. It's just I don't like failing. And I failed a lot. And that's how I learned to do what I do today, from failing. Just like that David Letterman thing I said earlier, that was a fail. That's a big fail. But I took that fail and I turned it into something good.
Yeah, so, that could have been a huge trajectory. Like, that could have made you huge into a huge star. And I think a lot of people who've been through that experience, they're like, okay, after this, I'm done. But because I think you love music so much, you have a passion for it, you just continue doing it to this day.
Yeah, literally. And now I'm doing like super, like, honestly, this year, bro, was going to be amazing. I had a full tour planned, big festivals, everything planned. I was going to play with big bands, dude, like Papa Roach, Skillet and all them. Like, I was lined up with big bands. Every single date canceled because of coronavirus. But it's kind of been a blessing in disguise because I've been able to work. I've been able to focus. And even though, here, I'm from San Antonio, Texas. We went into freaking quarantine, dude, because when that crazy riots were happening on it, dude, we went into quarantine and we were locked on lockdown. And they were stationed at that time, dude. I had lived right across from Lackland Air Force Base. And at Lackland Air Force Base, that's where they were stationing all the people that had coronavirus. So I was like, all right, I'm locked down. I'm right across the street from the people that is all over the news, all over CNBC, whatever. And I was like, man, this is whatever. I moved from there, actually. I'm out of there now. I'm in a different place.
Out of San Antonio? Or in that?
No, I'm in San Antonio, but not at that location. Like, when that coronavirus thing happened, I was out. I was like, I'm not going to live across the street from people who have the virus.
Oh, yeah.
And that close because there was news leaking, and I was able to see this news leaking that people were leaving that base and then ended up going back, and they actually still had the virus. They still came out positive. So they were letting people release from there, but they still were positive. So that means, where are they going to go? They're going to go to my local gas station to go pour gas. That's the first thing you're going to do. You're going to go and pour gas because I'm sure you want to go home or go somewhere. So I had a big risk just going to my gas station, getting the virus. So I was out. I moved, got a new place. I'm at a new place now. It's awesome. But that's just, my mindset. I love change. I love to do crazy things. I'm a big risk taker. I like to take risks. If it has risk on it, I'm there. And that's just it. I'm just a crazy dude.
I was going to say San Antonio is really beautiful. I've been there. I went on I think it's called the River Walk. Something like that. It's really beautiful, man. Dumb hot on summer.
If you actually go to YouTube and if you search bass player fail, it's been in also like all these collabs and remixes. when I was younger, I almost fell in the Riverwalk
What? How that happens? Like,
while performing. Yeah, I was
you got those
wasted.
boats going through the middle too. There's not a lot of space there too, so you can
I
get.
was totally wasted. And
Uh,
like I said, I was young. It was New Year's Eve. You know, I was playing on the Riverwalk. There's a stage there. And, you know, they would hire us every year to perform there when I was young. Not anymore. Of course, I'm older. They think we're too hard now for that stage. But they used to hire us every year, you know, countdown, we're the band. We played New Year's downtown. Dude, we'll get thousands. At one time, it was 300,000 people. That's how many people would attend New Year's downtown San Antonio. Like, because we have fireworks too. The news is here, everything. You know, they would bring in big artists, Bruno Mars, you know, like big artists would come. And so they had us performing on the stage on the Riverwalk. Dude, I had lots of Fireball that day. And my mom had told me, don't get drunk. Don't drink that flask. I brought a flask so I could stay safe because they had these cops there. So I didn't want them knowing that, hey, I'm getting drunk with a Fireball bottle. I'm not that guy. I have a flask at least.
mm-hmm.
So I had a flask, and my mom told me, you shouldn't be drinking. You can't get drunk at least. And I wasn't young. I was over 21. I was like 22 or something. And or was I 21? I probably was 21 because I was crazy when I was 21. And so I ended up not listening. And you should never not listen to your mom. So I didn't listen to her, and I got really wasted. And there's recordings. I fell on stage, dude. I wiggled back. I tried to pick myself up, and I flipped. Well, when I went forward, I almost fell in the freaking water in the river.
Also, you did
Like,
fall in the water. You just
no,
fell.
I didn't. I
Oh,
almost did.
that would have been bad because like if you're that drunk, like you can't really swim, right? Like what the heck?
Well, I had my guitar on me, so I probably would have drowned. No, I probably would have drowned. Everyone would have probably. It's a weird thing. It's the stage, and then the river, and then thousands of people. So I'm sure someone, I'm
Oh,
hoping, would have ran down. Probably my dad or my brother. You know, someone would have ran down the stairs and jumped in the river. And oh no, my brother was on stage with me, so he probably wouldn't have helped save. So someone would have saved me, hopefully, if I would have went in there and drowned. But that's besides the point. But it was crazy. You go to YouTube, just look up bass player fail. It's on there.
right.
You'll see. And yeah, that's another crazy story. But I'm different now. Like I'm not 100% suit and tie. And that's one thing I wanted to mention. You know, a lot of these people on YouTube enjoy what I share because I'm very straightforward. You know, I have nothing to hide. I'm just me. And I have nothing, I don't care. You know, I have tattoos. I don't care. I have long hair. People even comment, dude. I had someone comment on there. They said, you remind me of Scar. Do I look like Scar? They told me from Lion King. They told me I looked like the dude from Lion King. Yeah, bro, it's crazy.
And how did you take it? Do you have like thick skin? Like you don't really like you don't like. I feel like things like that. I mean, I can't assume anything actually, but does that thing kind of affect you? Does it affect you in some way?
No. See, the thing is, I grew up. Nothing really affects me. That's the thing. Like, if you're successful, why would anything affect you? Like, why would even people hating on you affect you? But I guess because I also have like a very comical mindset. I think it's funny. Like when people comment funny stuff on TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
like I thought it was hilarious. But it's like, okay, all right. I'm starting because one thing I learned about TikTok is you haven't learned that you made it until you start getting hate. And that's what I learned. You haven't learned that you're a real TikToker until you start getting hate on there for no reason. So I get lots of successful stuff, nice, positive stuff, but I love reading the funny stuff. Dude, some guy said, I don't listen to people with a mullet. That's all he commented. So, like, this is random things, dude. People just, like, some people on there say, you work for Amazon? Like, you must work for Amazon because none of this is real. You probably don't even sell on Amazon. You're just posting content. But why would I waste my time learning something just so I could share it for free? Like, that's a waste of time. Why would anyone do that? So, and you know, there's so many good comments too. So much good people on TikTok. You know, I've spoke to lots of people. I've made many students in the past week from TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, speaking to you from TikTok.
You have a course,
So,
right? I think you have on your TikTok. Sorry, you have a link to your course, right?
yeah,
What is that,
I have a
what's
link
that
to the
about? Is
course.
that about dropshipping?
It's exactly about drop shipping. I have everything on there. You know, I teach Shopify drop shipping, Amazon drop shipping, FBA, and I have a course bundle and a mentorship if you want to work directly with me. So just like how we're on a Zoom call like this,
Yeah.
I jump on these Zoom calls with my students and we accomplish lots of stuff. You know, we get it done fast because like I said, I'm not your normal suit and tie type of teacher. You know, I am straightforward. I like to share screens and show you my stores. I like to show you what I'm doing. You could copy what I'm doing. I don't care. You know, I love to teach things straightforward. This is why things work. This is why Facebook is dirty. This is why Facebook does dirty things, and you have to learn how to do loopholes so you don't pay a lot of money on there. This is why Google is dirty. This is why Google does things. You have to work, you know, loopholes to get around them. You know, for instance, like with Facebook, you know, a lot of people don't know, but, you know, some of these gurus are telling people use the engaged shopper's interest, or use a high quality photo, the highest you can. What they don't know is that Facebook sees these things. If you're using a very high quality photo and it takes forever to load on your customer's phone, Facebook's going to charge you double or triple what you actually intended to invest. If you use a you know, for instance, an interest like engaged shoppers, like I said, it's going to be extra charge from Facebook because it's all a gimmick. You know, they do these small things that, you know, they get these beginner sellers with. You know, a lot of sellers just jump in and they just want to start launching ads. That's where Facebook makes a lot of money, because they're like, I put $500 and I lost it all. I got no sales. Well, I mean, have you seen your store, your product? You have no reviews, your feedback, your, you know, social media, your site is not made, you know, for conversions. You know, there's a lot of stuff that goes behind just having a store and just being a seller. You have to also be, you know, you have to have common sense. That's basically what I call it. I call it common sense because there's a lot of things, you know, that I can't teach. There's a lot of things that you just have to be kind of common sense about. You know, if you know that something is bad, you know, for instance, refunds. This guy was saying something on my TikTok saying, oh, I had posted a video about ecom Karens. And ecom Karens are basically these people who go and they complain like, oh, I didn't get my product in 2 hours, so I want a refund. It's like, look, lady, it takes 2 weeks to get it. So I had this guy comment on my TikTok and he said, I don't sell these products. I only sell high ticket products and I don't give refunds. So that's why I don't give refunds, because I sell high ticket products and I never have to give refunds. I don't give refunds. I don't care what they say. I'm like, okay. So that's his business model. And, you know, some sellers, you just can't change their mind. That's common sense. That's street smart. You know, that's just knowing, you know, why would you not give refunds to people who are spending $3,000 to $5,000? You're going to get chargebacks. You might get the police called on you. You might get, you know, reported by the Better Business Bureau. You might get a bad report on Facebook. You might get, you know, a bad report on Google. You might get your name badly slandered. You know, anything could happen. So why would you risk that? That's just common sense. So there's a lot of stuff like I can't teach that to my students. So I'm very straightforward at the same time. You know, it's also, you know, my students work with me. I work with my students. You know, I also help them out with other stuff. Like I'm helping one of my students on stock. And
how many students do you have? How many students do you have?
I've ran through like at least 250 students so far.
That's a good number.
Right now, I only have like 12 students that I have right now. And I'm also have people on hold because I'm doing mentorships and I only do like 5 mentorships.
Right? Yeah, you can't talk to 500 people at once, right?
Yeah, and I'm very personable with all my students. You know, I don't put them in, you know, big groups to talk with each other. I don't put them in Facebook groups. You know, I give them my phone number. You could text me, call me, you could email me. You know, we'll Zoom.
Yeah,
you know, whatever.
You money if you get more students, but you want to be more like in touch with them. You want to be like, you know, like basically know them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I can work with them.
It's a good trade-off. Like, you know, you're being real.
Yeah, I like to work with my students too. You know, we like to partner up on things. You know, for instance, my product, Naturally Bee. It's a eco-friendly, reusable beeswax wrap in the eco-friendly world, sustainability. I have some of my students selling my product. I have my fulfillment center connected to their stores, so my people take care of them. They take care of the orders. They do everything for them, and all they do is run ads. And what I do is I tell them, look, I've already sold this product. It's a 6-figure product. Just follow what I'm doing. Copy it. Like run the same ads I'm doing. Like Facebook gives different audiences to every single ad user. So you're never going to touch the same audience. It's always going to be someone different. So that's one other thing. A lot of people comment on TikTok, why are you even sharing this info? Wouldn't you be making competition for yourself? No. Anyone listening to this, I'm gladly will give you any advice. There's no competition. There's no such thing as competition. If you're good at what you do, there's no competition. It's just is what it is. You're good. It's like one guy I look up to, Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a very crazy dude. Like, he is an alien, honestly. I think he's an alien. I think Elon Musk is an alien.
Yeah, that guy just has crazy work ethic. And like he works on multiple big
And
business.
he's such a chill guy. He's so chill.
I don't really use Twitter like that, but like I know he's really active on Twitter and he's really cool on it. Like he talks like a regular.
I got in. You ever heard of Dogecoin?
Dogecoin? No.
Yeah, you don't want to hear about it.
Nah?
So there's this meme called Doge, and it's like a little dog. It's like a little doggy, little funny meme. They turned it into a crypto coin. It's called Dogecoin. It's a joke, 100% joke crypto. Dude, this thing went viral on TikTok, and I saw this video, and he said, okay, TikTok to the moon. If we got 1,000 people to invest in Dogecoin and get this to $1, we'll all make $10,000 from $25. So TikTok has 8 million users. If we could get at least 1,000 users to do this, we could all make $10,000. So I went in and I invested. Dude, it did shoot up, not to $1, but like a few cents. It shot up crazy. I sold. Or I got back in when it went back lower. Dude, then all of a sudden, Elon Musk tweeted about Dogecoin. Like, it was the weirdest thing. He tweeted about it, saying he likes it and he loves it. And it was a joke. But then again, they call Elon Musk the meme king. So Dogecoin's a meme. So he posted about it. Dude, when he tweeted about it, I made lots of money from that. It was a good day. It was a good day that day, dude. That's why I love Elon Musk. And just yesterday, dude, make some good cash on Tesla. I knew it was going to go up.
Yeah.
Before, dude. I got him before. You know what? Everyone saw it tanking. And Tesla did go down. It went from like 1,600 to like 1,300. I saw it tanking. I was like, oh, man. You know what? Like, what's that guy? Warren Buffett. Like Warren Buffett said, when everyone is afraid, be greedy. When everyone's greedy, be afraid. And that's one motto I stick to. When people are scared to do something, that's why I'm a big risk taker. I love to take action on it. And then I reap the rewards afterwards. And then everyone tries to jump on the train.
Wait, so you're gonna be risky when you go to Vegas? You said next week?
No, I'm gonna be risque. I'm gonna be risque.
Risque.
No, I'm pretty crazy when I get to Vegas, honestly. Like, I get wild out there. I'm like a different person, but I don't know how it's gonna be this year because, dude, coronavirus, masks.
Yeah,
no karaoke. It's different. That's what I'll go to Ellis Island, dude, and I do karaoke all the time. And I also go, the Bellagio. I love to go to Caesars, and just do really nice things. Love to play craps. Love to drink and do sports bets. That's what I do when I'm in Vegas, sports bets. But I don't know if they have sports or not. I need to check when I get there. If not, I'll do like international hockey or something. But I love to bet, dude. I'm good at gambling. So I love to take advantage of that. It's all a numbers game. It's all even with crap, it's all having a good hand, having a good number, just being strategic. Being strategic, scaling your money, just like with ecom. You got to scale your money. You don't want to go too hard into something because you throw our money towards something, I promise you, you're going to lose lots of money.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to lose lots of money if you go hard on something too fast. Facebook ads, Google ads, anything. You put too much money towards that to start off thinking you're a baller, Facebook's going to eat it all up. They're going to eat all your money up. That's one tip with Facebook. Never go hard to the wall with Facebook starting off. Always start off, slow. Scale slow. Let them learn, give them a little bit to where they're like, all right, we're going to give you a lot of conversions. That means we want more money.
So is that like your method of thinking? Like you want to have your hand in as many things as possible? Because like you said, you have 15 businesses and those are all 15 sources of income. If 5 go down, you got at least another 10 left, right? Is that like your mode of thinking that the more you have, the better, the safer you are?
Yes. Number one.
Ideas. Are you that guy that has like mad ideas and whenever you think of something, you got to pursue it?
I'm that guy.
You're that guy?
I'm that guy. Honestly, I wake up sometimes with really cool ideas. Some of them make no sense, but then other things make a lot of sense when I think about it. And honestly, it's weird, but I have dreams about ideas, things I should do. And then I wake up like, whoa, that made no sense. That guy had 3 eyeballs. That makes no sense. Like, that's not a business idea. That's you tripping out, like, in your dreams. So when I wake up, though, sometimes I have really good ideas. I just go through with it. Like, whatever. What do I have to lose? A few dollars? Sure. I'll make it back doing something else. And that's why I have multiple streams of income. One thing, one advice I could give to anybody, always have multiple streams of income, no matter what. Whether you're killing it at one thing, who cares? If don't try to show off that you're killing it on just one thing, because, there's so many people doing multiple things. They're bringing in big bucks. If you focus on one thing your whole life, yeah, you might get amazing at it, but what happens if that one thing fails? What happens if that one thing just doesn't go the way you think it's going to go? What happens if something happens that you have no control over? Say, lots of these stock traders, that's all they know. All they know is how to trade stock. That's it. What if the US market crashes this year? It's already crashing right now. Bitcoin is surging because of it. Silver and gold is surging because the market is slowly crashing right now. It's already crashed. It's already done it before. So when the market crashes, you think all these people that learn stock are just going to take their loss and just continue trading? No, they have to have something to back it up. If they have multiple streams of income, that's not even going to affect them. Just like me, if I make a new store and it fails, and I've made lots of failure stores, like when the Washington Nationals won the series last year. I knew it was going to happen. Like I said, I'm a good sports bettor, and I saw them winning. So I pulled the old, just like how they make T-shirts before the band wins. Just like they make T-shirts before the team wins.
Oh, yeah.
For a championship. I did the same thing with an online store. I created a merch store for the Washington Nationals series winners, 2019. Put the city, put the the arena that they're in. I made these really cool shirts, a whole store, got it ready. And I waited, I watched the game. I said, once they win, I'm going to launch this store. I'm going to put money on these ads and I'm going to make money. They won. Dude, as soon as they won, bam, launched my store. Went like this.
And how much did you make from like in the next 3-4 months? I don't know. Like how many figures?
I had it running for 1 month because that's how much the hype went on for.
Okay.
That's how much money I made.
Let me see. I'm gonna take a wild guess. I'd say what, 30K?
I made $0, bro.
Oh, what? Yeah. I thought you were like mad confident.
I was confident. That's the thing. I've failed to where I've learned from my failures. And that's one of my fails that I've done. I don't just win. Dude, I failed before, and that's one of my fails. Washington Nationals, stupid store, dude. I got all these thousands of views and no sales. No one was buying it. I was like, what? It's a $19.99 T-shirt, free shipping. I even brought it down to $14.99. I was gonna know what the hell? What's going on? Why am I getting no sales? So I tripped out, and I was like, man, I just took a big loss this time. That was a dumb idea. I shouldn't have done that. I wasted my time making the store. I wasted my time making the ads. I wasted my time making the T-shirt designs. I wasted my time linking the store, the legal pages, the content, the logo design, the Facebook ads, the money, the ad designs, the ad, strategy. All that time that I spent on that store is wasted, and I made $0. And I had to just actually didn't make dollars. I was negative because I had to spend money on ads. Mm-hmm. I lost out. That's when I took an L. I took it. I was like, man, that sucks. But learn my lesson. Don't do that stuff again. Don't risk it with these stupid stores because some team wins the Nationals or the series, whatever. Don't risk it. Like, that's too. I like taking risks, but that's just, there's already merch stores selling that stuff. These people, when a team wins, I thought I knew this now. When a team wins, people go to a legit store to get a shirt, like the actual like academy or something. They don't buy this stuff online. So that's just one of my failures that I've had. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. So I failed. I've learned. I haven't failed honestly recently, and I'm knock on wood. But I've been doing really good honestly, and I pat myself on the back because I've been working my butt off, and I've been learning a lot, and I've been strategically even updating my strategy, making it better every day, and also helping other people become successful at the same time. And, every student that I have, I talk with them, we're working on their store, we're working on their new business. Even today, I had the crazy, dude, TikTok is crazy. I had a guy contact me today, right? And he texts me. And I'm like, hello? He's like, hello? I said, who's this? Whatever. He says, I found your number on TikTok. My phone number is not on TikTok, for one. Second, I was like, okay, well, this guy's sketchy, man. He's mad sketchy. So I said, how'd you get my phone number? That's weird. I don't have it on TikTok. He said, oh, I'm interested in dropshipping. Okay, cool. That's a weird way to contact me. He said, oh, it's not actually on TikTok. It's actually, I went to your website link through your TikTok, and then I went to your contact page. I got your phone number, and that's how I'm texting you. Actually took it down, by the way. So if any of you go, it's down. It's down. But he got my number through there. I was sketched out, bro. I was sketched out. I was like, man, this guy, he's one of those scam artists or something. Like, how does he get my number? Why is he acting weird? Whatever. Dude, turns out, crazy thing. That guy ended up, just today, dude, sent me $3,000. He ended up becoming, yeah, he got a lot of stuff, dude. He got some stores. He got a mentorship. He got a lot of, dude, turns out, once he bought it, I was like, okay, you're serious about this. Cool. All right, you're mad serious. Dude, this is what he says. Oh, no, that's what I said. I said, what do you do for a living? So what do you do for a living? Like, how are you just paid out that easy? Like, we haven't even talked on Zoom. You don't even know, like, what store I'm going to make you. And he says, I work for the royal family in Saudi Arabia.
What? That sounds way too sketchy. I don't know. That still sounds sketchy. But I don't know.
That's what he told me. He told me I work for the royal family in Saudi Arabia. I'll show you the text, but I don't want to do that. But that's what he said. And I was like, okay, cool. I got the money. Let's go. Let's start this mentorship. Let's start these stores. Let's get them running. Let's make you some money. Let's get this Amazon going. You know, so we made all these deals. Got it closed out. And, you know, just that's kind of just how things have been rolling. You know, I've been teaching, you know, more now than even doing e-commerce. All my stuff's automated. You know, I have my virtual assistants working right now. You know, they're handling stuff for me, and I take care of them. So if I'm having everything taken care of for me, all I got to do is make sure everything's paid. I got to make sure everything is taken care of. You know, I got to make sure my VAs are happy. Make sure that, you know, my software is paid. Make sure everything's taken care of. Make sure everything's running smooth. If I make sure everything's running smooth, you know, I don't have to do it every day. I just do it every other day or once a week, whenever I want. And that gives me time to speak with you. That gives me time to, you know, teach other people how to do what I'm doing. And they don't have to fail. You know, that's why I give out these videos on TikTok with free advice, because I have nothing to lose. Like, that's just me making a TikTok because I'm bored. Like, me teaching this stuff to people makes me lose nothing. I lose nothing from giving people free advice. You know, you lose nothing from helping people too. You know, I love to help people. I love to make people feel important. I love to make, you know, people, if they see themselves be, especially, I love seeing, you know, these on TikTok, there's a lot of younger people, you know, that say, man, I'm 19 years old. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm just like you. Like, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Yeah, 23. Same thing, dude. How many people your age are doing what you're doing right now? Like, hardly anyone. Like, everyone's older, dude. Like, everyone's way older. And that's the thing. I love
people killing it, though. There's a lot of young people killing it on TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. Well, nowadays, yeah. Dude, last year before, it's weird. This wasn't happening. Like, nowadays, these younger people are just stepping up and, dude, making things happen. It's crazy. But, you know, I love seeing younger people just so, like, hungry for it, dude. Like, they want it. Like, I had some people just watch my TikTok videos, and they messaged me saying, I saw your videos. I've been rewatching them all day. I started my Amazon account. I'm going to be selling tomorrow. Dang. All right, cool. I'm glad. Let's make some money. You know, and other people hit me up for mentorship. You know, I do have mentorship, you know, my courses, you know, I work with them. So it works out really well. You know, TikToks work out really well. It's kind of where I'm at right now. You know, I'm just, even though we are in this coronavirus situation, I'm just knocking things out one at a time. You know, I am making these TikToks now. I'm taking care of my other social medias. I'm taking care of my stores. You know, I'm teaching. I'm getting people on the boat of e-com because, you know, I just saw the news that I think Black Friday is going to be shut down this year at the stores because they don't want to spread coronavirus.
Yeah.
That's one big way to spread the virus is Black Friday. Everyone's stampeding over everybody. So these stores don't want lawsuits on their hands. They don't want people spreading the virus at these Black Friday events. Mm-hmm. So if they shut down these stores, they're all going online.
Yep.
That's where I come in. You know, that's where these online sales come in. That's where, you know, my online sales and they're already skyrocketed during fourth quarter. You know, December is amazing. Black Friday, amazing. I once sold this little Super Mario star decoration. I made this was December of last year, 2019. I made $25,000 in 1 month.
Wait, but that's from like one store, like not
No,
one
that's one
product.
product, bro, on Amazon.
Oh, one product on Amazon.
Product only. One product made me 25K in 1 month, which was last fourth quarter in December. It was a little bit of November, a little bit of Black Friday, a little bit of Black Friday, a little bit of Christmas time. And I was drop shipping this product, bro. Never drop ship a product that goes crazy. So I was drop shipping it. The supplier ran out of freaking inventory. Dude, I had like 400 orders still to process for that week. So I shut down the product. Bam, 25K, you know. I still had like 400, 500 orders to process. I was like, all right, everything's sold out. I'm either going to cancel these 500 orders or I'm going to figure out a way to not. So I literally slept on it. I was like, man, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do. I actually have no idea what I'm going to do, but I know I'm going to figure it out. That's all I knew. And I'm big into manifestations, you know. I'm big into just saying, you know what? If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And I don't accept anything else. That's just how I am about myself, my goals. You know, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it, and there's not going to be no other way. There's no other way this can not go my way. And if it doesn't go my way, that means it's not meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
How I am with everything I do. I work, you know, I might sound crazy to some people, but that's just how I do my things. That's how it works for me. You know, it is what it is. You know, I'm just that way. So that's basically, you know, how I run my things. And yeah, that's just how it goes.
Yeah, I feel like we can take this like conversation in so many ways, but I just want to like end it with one like final question. Like, so because you're so integrated into music and business, drop shipping, like is one of like your dreams or one of your big goals is to like say for example, if you have like a huge idol in the rock industry or your favorite musician and they want to like get into business, like would you like to like manage their own like e-commerce shops, their own stores, their own businesses? Is that something that you want to like, I guess, lean towards to one of these days?
Probably not. Here's
No?
why. I might sound crazy, but here's why. It's too much work. That's the thing, you know. When these musicians, you know, they're my friends, you know, so it's kind of like screwing over a friend. It's like, I know I'm not going to give 100% towards your store, but you should hire me. And, you know, it's just not going to work that way. I'm not going to do that to my friend, you know, because I know I don't have time to manage a store, you know, to make someone else money. That's why I have other people manage my stores. So, and I don't want to lie to them also and say, hey, let me manage your store and then just hand it off to someone else. You know,
Yeah.
if I tell them I'm managing their store, they're expecting me managing their store personally. No, I can't do that right now. I can't manage other people's stores. You know, I could help you get it set up. I can mentor you to get set up. I can help you make money. I can help you get it running. I could even set it up, and maybe if it's an Amazon, I could run it for a month and then give it off to you. But me actually managing something long term, it doesn't work out for me because, like I said, I'm very picky on my what I do. I'm very picky on my schedule, my timing, and what I put my time towards. So there's lots of stuff that, you know, I'm very, like I said, my time is everything. That's the most valuable thing ever. More valuable than money is time. And time is the most valuable currency there is. So if I could get more time, then I could do more things. I could get more things done, you know, so time is very valuable to me.
Yeah, and that's why you automate everything,
Yeah,
right?
that's why I automate. And that is why I probably would not want to do their manager stores for them. I'll help them make that for them. I'll help them do it themselves, but me manage it, not so much.
I feel you, man. I think, look, Arturo, like I love what you're doing. I love you have like so many businesses. I love how you integrate into music, and you have so many like dope stories. I had no idea that you were about to work for David Banner, Chris Brown, and be on the Letterman show. That's like, I gotta like look that up. And that video that you mentioned that you almost falling into the, what is it, the river in San Antonio?
I have a lot of
Yeah, man. I feel
crazy
like you have a lot of
stories.
stories to tell. But it's really dope like talking to you because like you said, like a lot of people like they can look at someone and be like, oh, like that guy doesn't look like an entrepreneur. He doesn't look successful. But in reality, like the information is there. All you got to do is like grab it, apply it, use it, and take action. And that's exactly what you're
Exactly.
doing. Because
And
I feel like you have like a billion ideas, and whenever you think it's a good idea, even if it is or not, you kind of just take action, you take initiative, and if you take that L, then you kind of learn from it and you do
yeah,
different things, you know? And that's what I like about you because you kind of just do it. You're like, F it, let's do it.
yeah, and like I always tell them, it doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter what you done before. It doesn't matter if you live in a country where it's hard to get a laptop. It doesn't matter that you never went to college. It doesn't matter that you dropped out of high school. It doesn't matter who or what you've been through. There's no excuses, no sob stories, no, oh, I've had such a rough patch in life, so I needed everything handed. No, everyone could turn their life around and every single person could make any life they want. Anyone could do it. That's the thing. Any person. You see all these big Oprah Winfrey's, the most powerful people, they made themselves that. No one, of course, now they're big, they've had pedestals, but they made that themselves. They got out of where they were because of their mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is, your mindset. That's the
Yeah,
number one thing of becoming successful, your mindset.
that's so true. You got to
Nothing
think,
else.
yeah, you got to think like you may not look like someone or something, but as long as you have that, as long as you have a brain, a functional brain, it's
Exactly.
possible, man. You know?
Yeah, and you just have to do it. You have to be able to take risks, take those risks. Just like when you started this podcast, you took a risk. You're like, all right, I've never done this before, but I'm doing it. And, I'm not having anything stop me. Same thing here. I'm the same way. I take those risks. Me dropping out of college, dude, my parents went crazy. I had to spend a whole year because where I went to high school, dude, I went to high school like in the ghetto. Like we spent the whole entire senior year of them trying to get us into a college. Like they didn't even teach us. There was no such thing as senior year. Like senior year was just going to events, skipping school, and going to teachers' classrooms, during the classroom periods, and them not caring, and then them trying to get us in college. So I spent a whole year trying to get into this college. I got into college. I, got everything, I got in a very big, actually it was a university. I got into a big university. Like how many people do that? And so I did it, but when I dropped out, it was the biggest risk I've ever done. That was my first big risk. I probably done more before, but that was one of my biggest risks was dropping out of college and having, financial aid and all that dropped. All that stuff, dude, I was paying like $12,000 a semester. It was mad expensive just to go to that school. So, it is what it is. I dropped out at that time. I was young. I was, right out of high school. Like I was dumb and I was still a musician. I was just a crazy musician. And that was my main thing back then. I wasn't really an entrepreneur. I was doing small things. I have had small company. When I was 16, I had an energy drink company. I sold it. When I was 17, I did, a website hosting company. 18, I started doing events. I started doing raves, big raves. And then that thing went downhill because I ended up on the news for a bad thing. And it was crazy because I was on the news, the same news station. I was on there like a month ago about being the youngest entrepreneur in my city. And a month after that, I did this big party, a rave. Dude, if you look at what a rave is, they're crazy. And I was
Yes.
young. I was only 16 doing it at the time. 16 or 17, one of those. And these raves would get crazy, dude. Like some chicks would show up in bras. Like it was weird. Like I didn't tell them to show up in that. They would. That's just how the rave scene was. I didn't know anything about raves. Honestly, I just did it for the money. Like I knew how to market raves. So I show up and like, whoa, okay, whatever. Anyways, well, it went crazy. A mom complained. The police show up. I mean, it's a big thing. The news show up. So that same news station that I was on a month ago, dude, I snuck out of that place to the back. I headed home. When I get home, I see 3 news trucks parked in front of my house, my parents' house. I was living at my parents' at the time. There's 3 news trucks outside my parents' house. They found my home address through some online search or something. And they were waiting at my house for me, my parents' house, before I got there. As soon as I walk out of my car, these news reporters are running up to me with microphones, all of them. freaking, I just see the bright light, dude. Like, whoa. And I had it as, I was out of there. I had this big wad of cash in my pocket because then I was just getting the money from the door and I was putting it in my pocket. Like I was like a young hustler. I wasn't even an entrepreneur. And I'm there with this big fat, because I would wear like tighter pants, like super tight. Like I would wear pants that were slim. So you just see this big like ball sticking out of my leg. And like it was looking there weird walking into my parents, and these music parents there, whatever. And they start saying like, how young were the girls at this party? How old are you? Do you think these parties are too mature? Are these parties too mature? And just throwing all these questions at me. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So like, all right, acting like I didn't want to answer the questions.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, this is my chance to shine. So I fixed my hat. Dude, I had a rock. I was a stupid like teen at that time. So I had my rock star hat on, like the rock star energy. And I just went like that. I'm like, yeah. Like, and they're like, do you think this party was too mature? And I said, I don't think it was too mature because we had security on the premises. There was no alcohol. And yeah, so I don't think it was too mature. And they said, well, what about the girls that were dancing in their panties and bras? And it was like go-go outfits, go-go girls. Mm-hmm. And they said it was like a strip club for 16-year-olds. And then I said, well, I'm 17. What do you expect? That's exactly what I said, dude. I freaked out. That was just what came out of my mouth. That's what I said. I said, I'm 17. What do you expect? And then that's where they ended it off. So I was there biting my nails, like, oh my God, why did I say that? I was like, no, but I did say the good thing about, okay, no alcohol. Everyone was of age, and they had 2 security guards there, policemen. And, the owners were cool with it. Whatever. So I go back inside my house. For some reason, my parents betray me, and they were watching the news station that I was on outside on live. So they had it on, dude. I was an exclusive story. And they edited it so much within those seconds, they edited it. And I'm watching, and all it is, it shows the beginning. The mom who complained, they put her like in a room and they only showed her shadow. And she has like this weird robot voice because they wanted to like hide her identity. Mm-hmm. So she's like a chipmunks, like speaking like a robot, like trying not to show her identity, just filming her shadow. It was like a strip club, like blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, like that's how it was. I was cringed hard. I was like, that's cringy. Like she's hiding their shadow. Like, why didn't she, like, who is this? Who is this? So whatever. Well, then finally they get to my part, my big 15 seconds of fame that I wanted. And they edited everything. And all I see is her say, do you think your party was too mature? And it shows me saying, well, I'm 17. What do you expect?
Damn, they did me dirty.
And they did me dirty, bro. They did me like that. That's all that was on there. Like all the other stuff I said, I was there for like 10 minutes answering all these questions. They never put any of that in there. The only thing they put in there was, I'm 17. What do you expect? That was my one answer. So immediately after that second, dude, I started going viral on Facebook and Instagram. At that time, Instagram wasn't even existing, I don't think. Yeah, just Facebook and Twitter. Yeah, I was going viral on Facebook and Twitter. Dude, I had so many people like, oh my God, I was so badass. Then I had so many people that were from the rave scene. This is a disgrace to our community. This guy does not belong in our scene. He is causing a bad name for our scene. And I was like, oh, everyone started posting my videos everywhere. So that stuff went viral. The video of me being the youngest entrepreneur in the city never even hit. I'm sure not even my family saw that. No one saw it. But then when I do this crazy wild party, everyone's going crazy.
Yeah, everyone focused on the bad things. That's the thing.
That's what they love. People love drama, bro. Just is what it is. That's how reality TV shows do so good. They're so dramatic. I watch them. I love them, dude. I can't. It's weird. Like I love the drama, dude. Honestly, it's weird. People might judge me right now. They might judge me when they hear this. I've been watching Selling Sunset for the past week. Yeah.
What is that?
If people know, they know. If
I'll
they
look
know,
it up.
they know.
I'll look it up.
We see the cover photo, you'll be like, wait, he watches this? He watches this show? It's like all women.
I don't judge.
It's all women. Like, it's all women. They're real estate agents. But they bust their asses off. They hustle. They sell these $1 million houses. And what I love is they have so much drama. Like, they have so much drama. So I recommend the show if you like drama. You know, if you like drama, go check it out.
For sure, man.
Um,
So look,
but
Arturo. So yeah, man. I think that, like I said, we can take this conversation so many directions, but let's just cut it short here. I think we can definitely like talk more some other time to see how your businesses scale in the future. But just to give everyone like a heads up, like where can people find you? Like what are your handles, your courses, anything of that
well,
sort?
number one, you could find my TikTok on Arturo Night, ArturoKnight, Arturo Night. You can find me on both Instagram and Facebook just by searching that name. You'll know it's me. You'll see me. I'm the dude with the rock signs up.
Mm-hmm.
You can Google me. Just Google Arturo Night, and all my links are there. You know, there's some cool articles there. You know that I recently got. I got on like Market Watch, Fox, you know, CNN. Like they release some cool stuff. So that's on there. The link to my website. If you guys want to learn how to do e-commerce, first thing, you know, you can just hit me up through social media. Second thing, you can go to my website. Just go to arturonight.com. If you search me on Google, it's the first link on there, arturonight.com. And then you just go to courses. All my courses are on there. My Facebook, my Amazon, my Shopify, and my mentorship. If you want a mentorship, just reach out to me or email me. You know, my email's on my website. So I'm one of the easiest guys to contact. I respond to every single message I get, every single one. And you literally will get an instant reply. I do instant replies because I'm very OCD, I guess, and I hate having unreplied messages. I hate having unread messages on my emails. You know,
Definitely.
I've even seen the red buttons on my home screen. My goal is to have it completely empty. Like it just triggers me. So I have to make sure you guys are responding to. So I respond instantly. And yeah, so reach
Music or
out to me.
music?
I'm sorry?
Your music. Where can people find your
Oh,
music? Your
if you want
band.
to listen to music, you could look on Spotify. I was going to say Shopify. I always switch them up. Look on Spotify and look up JESSIKILL. JESSIKILL. It sounds crazy, and we're not that hard. I promise. We're like a mix of 80s metal mixed with modern metal, and we're very clean. You'll like it. Or just go to YouTube and search JESSIKILL or Google. You know, we're everywhere. Just look us up. And if you're ever in Texas, maybe catch us there. I mean, we do tour, you know, everywhere. So just look at a tour date, you know, maybe you'll see us one day.
So yeah, I'll put all that in the show notes so people can click on your links, find your courses, your social media, music, everything. All right, Arturo?
Definitely. It was really good talking to you, bro. Really good. I hope that
Sure,
someday
man.
we could have a drink or something.
For sure, man. Like I said, I love San Antonio. I went to Austin. Texas is so dope. I really want to like live out there, to be honest.
Wait,
But
where
yeah,
do you live?
I live in Stamford, Connecticut. It's like 45 minutes away from like the city.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool.
But yeah, man. I'll like if I ever go back to San Antonio, and if you're still there, I'll definitely hit you up, bro. I don't know when that will be, but I'll definitely love to meet
I'll
you.
be here, bro. Just let me know. Like I said, we'll have a drink.
For sure, man. Arturo, thank you once again, bro. All right, we'll keep in touch.
Yeah, it's good talking to you. Later.